ever wonder why object falls and how electricity powers our homes, or how your phone connects to the world? Well, that's physics in action. Physics studies matters, energy, motion, and force. Physics helps us to understand how universe works and is the foundation of technology, engineering, and everyday life. So get ready to explore, question, and discover because physics is everywhere.
Have you ever wondered why bridges don't collapse under traffic or why chairs don't tip when you sit over? Well, the answer to that is equilibrium. So what is equilibrium? Equilibrium means equal force. Gravity pulls downward while supports push upward with equal force. We experience equilibrium in our daily lives without noticing it. For example, standing still. Carrying a bag, carrying a book is an example of equilibrium. Equilibrium is important in our lives because it keeps us and everyday objects stable. So, when you cross a bridge or sit on a chair, just remember that equilibrium is silently keeping our world balanced.
Hi, let's talk about kinematics. So what is kinematics actually? Kinematics is the study of the motion of objects without considering the forces that cause the motion. Rolling a ball is a great example of kinematics because it focuses purely on the ball's velocity, displacement, and acceleration. So let's do rolling the ball. As you notice, the ball goes from point A to point B, and that is an example of displacement. And while rolling, the ball experiences a change of velocity and acceleration.
Did you know how things moves from one place to another place? It's because we're dealing with forces and motion. The best examples are every time we walk, lift our balls. We're dealing with forces and motion. Now force is simply a push or pull. Every time you lift this bag, we're dealing with forces and motion. Like, motion is the changes of direction from one place to another place. And that's all. Thank you.
Hey guys, for today, we're going to break down heat and temperature. But first, what is heat? Heat is a form of energy that transforms from one object to another object because of the temperature difference. But what about temperature? Temperature is a measure of how hot or cold something is. This also tells us how fast the particles are moving in a substance. For example, heat. Heat flows from the hot coffee to the cooler air and cup. That's why the coffee cools down. And if you measure the hotness and coldness of the coffee, that measurement will be called temperature.
Have you ever wondered why bridges don't collapse under traffic?
The best example is every time we walk, lift our bags. Ang isa doon.
Ganyan. Uy! Anong bago noon? Ay, true.